Well, I'd say as a kid, I'm a kid now, but as a really, really little kid, I loved Toy Story, still do today. But I was amazed by the graphics in the movie, and if some of the viewers out there don't know, it was one of the first full-length computer animated movies, and it was a pretty amazing thing to me. And I tried to draw Woody and Buzz, and I do it all the time. Loved drawing Woody and Buzz. People just noticed that I was really good from a really young age. Like, better than most kids would be at that age. You could actually tell what I was drawing. It didn't just look like scribbles on paper. So, I mean, I just kept doing it, and my inspiration is just... I love what I do. I love doing
Well, I
it.
will say this, Preston. You have known since you were young. You've always said, I want to be an animator.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you never called it an animator when you were little, but...
Yeah, because I didn't exactly know what that was.
You always wanted to draw cartoons and make cartoons is what you wanted to do.
That's pretty much like everybody on my side of the family. We were all good at art, and when we were really young, we all knew what we wanted to do. And myself, when I was younger, I mean, I just did voices all the time. I'd walk around talking like cartoons and things like that, and I knew when I grew up that's what I wanted to do with my life. So it's kind of like a thing.
And he still does this today.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, but...
And you're writing, when you started writing, that was because you had a teacher that kind of inspired you, isn't that right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how'd that happen?
Well, I was always a part of the literary magazine growing up, and but it started out with me just typing other people's stories.
Okay.
And then I started offering ideas for my own stories, and I hated to read at the time. Hated. Anything where reading was involved, I ended up failing, or I would do just enough to pass. So the person who was in charge of our literary magazine, this was in junior high, came to me and said, I think that if you read, you would be, with your ideas, you could really write. So he gave me a list of a couple hundred books to read over the summer, and I finished the list in one summer. And I read more, actually. I found some authors that I really liked, and from there I loved to read. And then starting that year, when I had him, I actually had him as a teacher in 8th grade. And I told him everything that I read, and I started writing for him. And, all my grades improved. So I always say reading is so important. All my grades improved. I ended up having amazing grades and having a love for writing. So, and I've been writing ever since.
She really does. She loves to write.
I love to write. So yeah, but I didn't know. But I unfortunately at this point I don't do that professionally. I wish that I did. Mm-hmm. But I commend you though, Preston, because most kids do not. Even though your daddy is saying he knew he wanted to be in entertainment and do voices, and he does that. But you've known it's commendable for someone that knows what they want to do at such a young age, like you did. You knew. I want to draw cartoons, and that was it. There was nothing else you wanted to do.
And I'm happy you actually said that, because I can bring up something now. You're probably wondering, well, what is this getting to? What is this channel going to be about?
Yeah.
It's not just going to be me drawing and talking. It's also going to be, this first episode is just us drawing and talking, of course, but it's showing you that I know what I'm talking about. I know how to draw and do things like that. So if you have a question, or if you are having issues drawing or doing something, then you can look at my videos and I can maybe teach you something.
And feel free to ask questions.
Yeah, feel free to ask questions in the comments. And I will be doing more step-by-step things. This is just drawing this time, but I will be doing more step-by-step to show you if you want to draw a specific thing.
Yeah,
put it in the comments. And
if you want to, exactly, you want to learn how to draw Roger, or you want to Roger the alien from Family Guy, perhaps, or some other character from another television show that you really like, no matter what it is, just put in the comments, and hopefully, you're lucky enough out of the comments to get chosen.
The way I'm going to have this work actually is I'm going to have whoever get the most comments, like whoever get the most of the same comment for a character, then that's what I'll do out of the comments for the next video. And I'll try and put a couple of your comments on the screen in the video just to, so people know who asked for this. So yeah. Anybody else?
So what are you doing now with your drawing?
I've basically finished outlining it, so I'm just going to go and start doing shadowing, which is what's going to give it its real depth and make it really look like Freddy Fazbear and give it that darker look when I'm done. One
thing I would like for you to say, since you want to show people that you, are knowledgeable when it comes to drawing.
Yeah.
Preston here is, only 14 years old.
Sorry.
But even at 14 years old, he is going to a specialized high school for art. So he was accepted into the program. There's only, I believe...
You get only 10 students for each part of the program.
So only 10 students were accepted into the program, and he was one of them. He is a freshman, 9th grader this year. And... even now, he's 14 years old and knows where he wants to go to college, which is amazing. He knows he wants to go to Cal Arts, and I tell him not to put all of his eggs in one basket, but, I
have so far. And
I'm saying Cal Arts is definitely...
Yeah, I mean, I have so far, and I've gotten to those places, so, I'm not going to say that it's going to happen every time, but...
No, but I believe in you. Just know that as a mom, I believe in you.
And I definitely believe and support you, buddy.
And, a lot of people out there that have this talent, maybe your parents or your family members, guardians, I don't know who, don't support you on these things, but you're really good, or other people have told you you're good.
Don't give up just because someone doesn't support you.
Just because other people don't support you, or they don't understand what you do, because there's a lot of people out there like that they don't understand it, but really, it's a wonderful thing, and if you do these things for a living, my hand there. If you do these things for a living, it's really not working. It's so much. You're having so much fun, and you're being so interested in doing it. It's not boring. It's fun. It's nice. I don't know what else to say about it. I mean, you can add something to what I was basically going to say there.
I'm looking forward to doing other characters.
Yeah.
And I want to say that. Sorry, I'm over here eating pizza.
Yeah.
And it's not very good pizza, by the way. It is extremely bland pizza. Some of the top worst pizza I've ever had. But yeah, where was I going with this? Oh yeah, as you draw other characters.
Yeah.
Or if you start doing characters that I voice.
Yeah.
I'll do voices on your channel as you're doing the character. Like for instance, if you're doing Roger the Alien.
Yeah.
I will sit here and do Roger as you're doing the character, so people understand. They hear Roger the Alien. Roger Smith from American Dad.
Why does it always go there? Why does it always go to Roger? Is Roger your favorite?
Roger's funny. He's quippy and he's rude.
Yeah,
right? And he's full of hate.
Yeah.
That's what makes him so special.
And in case you didn't know, that is, of course, my dad, and he has a channel on YouTube also, if you haven't seen it yet. It's...
Jeremy Cage?
You should just search, Jeremy Cage.
But that's not important right now.
It's not important exactly, but, I mean, that gives him some support, too, and I just want to help him out as well.
We're here for Preston's channel right now, so forget about Jeremy Cage.
No. You're helping me out, I'm helping you out.
That's a good kid.
And that's how families should be. This is really terrible pizza.
I am glad I'm not eating that pizza right now.
It's like I'm eating it because it's on my plate and it's in front of me. We should do this, like, judge pizza every time. This is horrible stuff.
Every time we open up, you're like cooking a pizza, and it's like I'll be right in the middle of it, and you're just saying, this is either really good pizza or really terrible pizza.
It's really bad.
It's funny. I'm gonna